If you're listening to this, there are 1.5 million things you want to do. Build your own business, exercise more, spend more time with friends and family, read more books, and the list goes on and on. So how do you pack that into a 24-hour day that's already occupied with sleeping and eating? That's what we're going to discover in today's podcast episode. Ready, set, go. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Learn English with Birdie. Do you want to skyrocket your productivity to get more done than ever before? Then avoid these 7 specific habits. Once you get rid of them, you can see your productivity grow rapidly. The first one, focusing on minor details, not results. Winston Churchill once said, "However beautiful the strategy, you should occasionally look at the results." Productivity isn't about how much busy work you can cram into an hour, how organized your calendar looks, having an inbox of 0 emails, or having the fanciest scheduling app. It's about the result you produce. If you're not increasing your results in the things that matter, you're not increasing your productivity. You're just doing more busy work more efficiently. Ultimately, the best measure of productivity is how much you create and ship. Highly productive people deliver their work to the world. They have the courage to make things happen and they act despite their fear. While it's important to focus on the process, don't overlook the results. What is it you want to achieve? Make sure your results are moving toward your goals. Once you start focusing on your output, your productivity will skyrocket. Number 2, checking devices first thing in the morning. 88% of people check their phone within the first hour of their day, and 55% of people check their email before they even go to work. Yet, it's one of the worst things you can do for focus, productivity, and motivation. Consuming useless information like social media, checking email, and responding to messages to start your day puts you in a state of reaction. And now what? You're flooded with stressors and urgent tasks before you even have a chance to work on your own goals or put on your pants, for example. It seems like an innocent peak, but since you're not at work, you can't even do anything about it yet. It will just stay in your mind and prevent you from being present. Instead, highly productive people take steps toward their goals before they let the demands of the day interfere. They focus their peak mental, emotional, and physical energy of the morning on their highest priorities, not checking Instagram or watching the news like you guys do. Right? Number 3, allowing distractions during work. Whether it's emails, messages, calls, we switch tasks or get interrupted every 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Yet, no matter how hard you try, if you get distracted that often, you'll struggle to focus because we are all terrible at multitasking, you know? Next, if your workspace is cluttered or disorganized, it can negatively affect your cognition, stress, and emotions. In fact, just seeing clutter hurts your mental performance and focus. Highly productive people, however, bulletproof themselves from distractions and constant notifications so they can focus on their task at hand. They also don't work in a sloppy, cluttered environment and they keep things relatively clean, organized, and minimalist. Mistake number 4. Working until exhaustion. While there are times you have to work late to finish a project, it's not a long-term recipe for success. And if you constantly work until you're exhausted, those last few hours of work probably won't be good anyway. Highly productive people don't work until there is nothing left in the tank. They stop long before they get to that point. Remember, your cognitive abilities are limited. We only have about 3 hours of peak mental performance every day. Apply those golden hours to things that are important to you. Sure, you can still work after those 3 hours, but once you feel your performance is dipping, it's a good place to stop, right? After all, you need to rest and recover to be able to perform well the next day. Key mistake number 5. Working without priorities. Not everything on your to-do list is equally important. Highly productive people focus their energy on the most important tasks, not just the urgent ones, which allows them to get the most results out of the day. Before you start working, try ranking your tasks in order of importance so you can dedicate your best hours of each day to what will get you the most results. And if you don't know your priorities, just ask. You can't do everything at once, and there is an opportunity cost to your tasks. Always think about what's on your plate, what are the 1 or 3 biggest priorities, and what can wait. Key mistake number 6. Finding time to do things. And here is a saying I found to be true like nothing else. If you want something done, give it to a busy person. If you give a task to someone who has all the time in the world, they will struggle and procrastinate. But if you give it to someone who is extremely busy, they will make it happen. How is that possible? Highly productive people don't find time to do the things they want. They make time if it's important. For example, getting a regular exercise or spending time with their children. They will set it in their schedule and make sure it gets done. Key mistake number 7. Failing to set boundaries. Bragging about working 12-hour days isn't a sign of productivity. It's a sign of poor boundaries. Many people take on all kinds of projects that frankly won't move the needle in their life. Or when people invite them to do something they don't want, they feel obligated, draining themselves of time and energy and creating resentment. But highly productive people set boundaries on their time and don't let lesser things take away from what's important. They are not rude, if anything, they gain respect for showing their focus on the things, people, activities, and more that are most important to them. Learn how to politely say no to requests or invitations and save yourself time and aggravation. Maybe it's just not a priority or you don't want to do it. That's okay. Also find the workflow that works best for you and schedule your day to fit that. I guess that's the best takeaway you can take from this podcast, right? Thank you so much guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video and today's podcast. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends and see you guys in my next one. Bye!